What I tell most people do whenever they're getting started, if they're wanting to do P90X at home and they're like, okay, let's get this going after they've received approval from their doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you recommended previously about walking is a great start. So I'm a 3 10-minute walk guy.
Mm-hmm.
Always been a fan of that. It's
So what is that? 3 10-minute walks.
3 10-minute walks. So there's this gentleman named Mark Bell. He may be a lunatic, I'm not sure, but Mark Bell is somebody who is a big proponent of throughout the day. You take 3 different breaks in your day, and you go on a 10-minute walk. It's not really exerting; it's just walking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever pace is comfortable for you. And he does that for forever. He does that every day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just something that he's prioritized. But it gives him time. It cues him to move during a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that is in smaller segments. It's very mobile, so it's sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that he just finds balances him out pretty well. So it's something that's a little bit at a time.
So if someone's just been on the couch for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
then they don't have to do any other special prep. All they got to do is set their phone to give them an alarm to go walk. So when whatever their next Netflix show finishes up,
Mm-hmm.
before they start the next Netflix show, they walk for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Something as simple as that?
something as simple
That
as
makes,
that.
makes way too much sense.
If it were that easy, I wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have a job. No, it is that easy. But as far as preparation for exercises at home, there's a lot of good online trainers. So of course, I am an in-person trainer and a gym owner, so I'm a little biased. No, I'm really not. I like people getting healthy no matter how they
Mm-hmm.
go about it. So what I'll tell people, if you want to, if you're more comfortable at home, video yourself doing a couple of the exercises from P90X. Sit down and watch it first, know what you're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
Do the squats, do the split squats, do the push-ups, do all of those things, and video it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
send it to someone who is a professional. There's forums and groups and all of those things that are supportive of each other online. Some people will yell at you through a megaphone and they have no idea what they're talking about. But there's a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
some good information that you can get from that. So everybody has a smartphone. Just set it up. You can put it in your shoe. It's a good one if you don't have a tripod. You can just put your smartphone in your shoe. Video yourself.
Tech advice too.
I know. Yeah. Follow me for more tips. I'm just kidding.
So if they're in the middle of doing P90X and you talk about getting progressively harder and they're paying attention to their body and they realize today my body's not progressing, but P90X is taking me harder. So one of the things they could do would be, in order to modify in that moment, is instead of increasing the intensity, they could maintain intensity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Another thing they could do is if the movement is getting more complex, they can back down to a movement they remember from previous in P90X and do something simpler. Or if they're doing a movement that's now causing pain, they could, again, do a similar movement that doesn't have the same intensity and hopefully reduce the amount of pain they're experiencing. So in the moment, they can't consult with somebody. They still have options, and you always have the option to walk it out until the P90X moves on to the next thing. And I like those common sense approaches to solving your problem, right? You might need help eventually figuring out how to get over that hump, that intensity hump, but in that moment, you don't have to hurt yourself worse. And it's not recommended that you hurt yourself worse. A couple of years ago, I read a study about the intensity of workouts and the amount of injuries they cause. And the people must have had a mathematician on the study because they did a lot of detailed analysis of how much time people missed. And I guess if you're a sports fan, you do that for your favorite athlete, right? How much time he or she missed due to injury. But they then classified the workouts based on how long people were injured related to the workout, and then how much workout they were actually not doing. It will not surprise you that the number one workout that had the least amount of injury was walking. So, so again, you don't have to give up everything. If you are too injured to do whatever group or P90X or trainer or whatever, then just go for these simple 10-minute walks. Get the movement going, keep the movement going, let your body recover, and then get back to what you're doing.
It's great advice. I mean, it really is.